Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our June issue of Inside Darley. Hopefully you and your family had a nice Memorial Day, and hopefully you also took time to step back and remember our veterans who have died serving our country. You know, this Thursday, June 6th, is going to mark the 75th anniversary of D-Day, if you can imagine. And going back to the Battle of Normandy, we had roughly 160,000, Allied troops storm the shores of Normandy, with roughly 72,000 of them losing their lives in that horrific battle. So, and certainly it hasn't gotten much better since then, but hopefully you'll continue to remember our veterans, not just on Memorial Day, but throughout the year. You know, Memorial Day, on a lighter note, is also the unofficial start of summer here in America, and hopefully you'll have a chance to get out and do a little boating. And if you do, and you get out on a recreational boat, take a look. Chances are it's probably got a Fireboy fire suppression or fire detection system on it. We've got roughly 80% of that market for recreational boats. And attached as our first attachment is a press release on a brand new pre-engineered system for detection and suppression that we're just releasing, that is for use inside of primarily computer server rooms and other applications that are more land-based. So it's got a patent pending application on it. We've got the MAE stands for a manual, automatic, and electric system. We just received FM approval on these systems and have set up recently just 50 distributors who are going to go out and promote it. So if you're interested in that, go to Fireboy-Xintex.com and check that out. You can just put in MAE. It's actually right on the homepage. If you have a chance there too, you might want to check out a video that we have on our Fireboy website that talks a little bit about our operation there. You know, during the last issue of Inside Darley, I talked a little bit and had some articles on preparing for a recession. And look, we don't know when the next recession is going to come. I guess someone once said, all we know is that we're one day closer to it. But there was recently an article in Harvard Business Review, and unfortunately they won't allow us to use attachments, but it was written by a gentleman named Walter Frick. And I would encourage you to just Google that. That's his article in the May-June issue of Harvard Business Review was titled, How to Survive a Recession and Thrive Afterwards. So I would encourage you to check this out. But he and his researchers went back and they looked at recessions that took place in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and they found four kind of recurring themes that with those companies who really came out of the recession stronger. Number one is that they deleveraged going into the downturn. So they watched their cash. They made sure that they had cash reserves. Number two, they focused on decision making and pushing that down into the organization where the information was most readily available and to those who had the best information. Number three, they looked beyond layoffs. So we encourage you to look beyond layoffs, because those companies who avoided layoffs during these recessions bounce back considerably faster. So it's kind of a layoffs are our last reserve. I know some people make those as knee-jerk reactions. And lastly, they invested heavily in technology, both leading up to that recession and during the recession. So it was pretty interesting. So, and in fact, our second attachment here is just put out by KPMG. It's the accounting firm, and it's called a reality check for today's CEO suite on Industry 4.0. So you might be aware, hear this talk about we are in the next fourth industrial revolution, or I 4.0 that it's talking about. But they really encourage you in this article to question everything and really have a good idea where you want to place your business within that value chain. The last attachment that we've attached here is called 7 Decisions that Matter in Digital Marketing. So it's a CEO's guide to reinventing your marketing plan, just put out by McKinsey. So I'd encourage you to take a look at that as well. So there's some really good stuff. And we're actually, as a business, going through that whole process as well. Lastly, if you are in the Chicago area, I'll tell you, I would encourage you to 2 great June events. June 7th, we're going to have our 14th annual Illinois Fire Service Home Day. It's going to be held at Mabus in Wheeling, Illinois. And then on June 27th, from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m., we have what's called Responder X Live. And this is going to be a place where we get to feature and where we're going to be featuring different entrepreneurs who have come up with products for first responders over the past year. So we're working in conjunction with Amazon Live. We're also working in conjunction with Responder Ventures, and Darley is the third sponsor of that. So you can go to our website. It's smartfirefighting.com/events and check that out if you want some more details, but we'd encourage you to come and check that out. So thanks for tuning into this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to assist you, we hope you'll reach out to us.